Welcome to Gary Kaler Stadium for this Thanksgiving Day Classic between the Westfield Blue Devils and the Plainfield Cardinals. The 112th meeting between the two schools. Westfield leads the series 59-45-7. Michael Leniart alongside Chris Witzel for the final tune-up of the year for the Blue Devils as they get ready for the state title next week against the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers for the third consecutive season. Senior Day for 23 members of the class of 2018, Chris, and just a great way to end things off in their final game here at Kaler.
Absolutely. A lot of these seniors on this team have been playing since their sophomore year, so going through this whole process as a Blue Devil on varsity is just a great experience for them. And leaving it all on the field today on Senior Day, a great way to end it.
And Chris, who are you looking for some seniors that haven't gotten a lot of action on the field to step up today and make a difference?
Well, big one is Benny Bontempo. You know, the kid's been playing since third grade, and he's put the time in every single year, and hoping to see him on the field. Also others. We saw Jake Obsgarten get it in a lot last week with a couple catches. Peyton Schlewitt as well, been playing a long time. Just a lot of seniors on this team that I hope to get in today and can make a difference.
And for the Plainfield Cardinals, in a rebuilding year under head coach Corey Tucker, 1-8 on the season, but they have some stars on offense with junior quarterback Leonte Langston and senior running back Antoine Spencer in his final contest in a Plainfield uniform.
Yeah, those guys got to get going early if they want to have a chance to beat these Blue Devil team. And right now, Corey Tucker in the rebuilding process, but he's relying on his experienced players to get it done here today.
Westfield and Plainfield in the 112th Thanksgiving meeting coming right up.
Oh yeah, and all guys. Until about 5 o'clock.
And welcome to Gary Kaler Stadium, everybody, for this Thanksgiving Day matchup between the Westfield Blue Devils and the Plainfield Cardinals for the 112th meeting between these two teams and the 73rd consecutive time on Thanksgiving morning. The sophomore Will Kessler sends it away, returned at the 20 on the right-hand side for the Cardinals, and a nice return out to the 40 for Alan Boone, the senior 5'10", 185-pound wide receiver, getting his 1-8 Cardinals off to a nice start here on the road on Thanksgiving Day in the final game of the year for Plainfield, Chris.
Yeah, right now Plainfield, last game of the year, only has one win this season. It was their consolation game. And right now playing the Blue Devils, going for their 36th consecutive win. If they can be the team to beat them right now, it can be going down to the history books as one of the biggest upset games in New Jersey State football, high school football history.
Well, if you're just joining us for our first broadcast of the year, the Blue Devils are 10-0 on the season as that pass is incomplete. Shea Elliott, the senior, number 43, having a tremendous year, getting the deflection right there. The Blue Devils 10-0, but for the third consecutive year trying to complete an undefeated season, and they will be taking on Bridgewater Raritan in the state title next Thursday night, 8 o'clock at MetLife Stadium. Currently on a 35-game win streak. Chrissy seniors haven't lost a single game in their varsity careers. The streak all started back 3 years ago on the day on the road against Plainfield on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the
man in motion, high snap for the Cardinals, and nowhere to go for the junior quarterback, the gunslinger, Leonte Langston.
And right now this Blue Devil defense, they know that it's Senior Day out there. They know that a lot of people are here watching them out there, and they're going to give it their all. It's just their last game ever playing on their home turf. And as you said, next week at MetLife against Bridgewater. And right now it's time to give it your all. Last time playing in front of the home fans.
A 3rd and 9 for the Cardinals. 45 seconds into play here at Kaler. Langston taking his time. Now he's going to scramble with it, but he is brought down by the senior linebacker, Drew Ortiz. Big Poppy had another tremendous outing last week, Chris, coming up with a very, very important interception in the second half, late in the fourth quarter to seal the deal.
He was able to put the game away for the Blue Devils, and coming into this game, Ortiz leads the team in tackles with 97 on the season, which is absolutely phenomenal. We hear his name almost every
And it's a
play.
fake punt for Plainfield. A wide open receiver is Nasir Long, and he is inside the 40. The pass from Alan Boone, the senior who returned it on the opening kickoff, completes the pass, and Chris Westfield knows it. Everyone knows it. These are the kind of plays you're going to see this morning from the Cardinals. They're 1-8 on the season. They were 0-8. They have nothing to lose. They played one game in the past month. They're going to do whatever it takes, and they want to end this streak and end their season off on a high note.
Well, yeah, they know they have nothing to lose, so they're going to put everything they have into it as the reception's made on the far sideline to pick up 5 on the play. But the Cardinals, they know it's like the Jets versus the Bills 2 years ago. Jets had a chance to make it into the playoffs, and the Bills did whatever they could to make that not happen. Had a lot of trickery plays, a lot of fake punts, a lot of fake kicks. Went for it on 4th down, so the Cardinals are going to try to do everything to make sure this streak ends.
Sheldon Goff on the catch. Another senior for the Cardinals making the play. Stevie Barton on Halim Woods, a matchup to watch on the bottom of your screen. Langston, not much room to go, and he gets hit from behind by Rory McGovern, another senior on the defensive line for the Blue Devils, but did pick up a few yards.
Yeah, the secondary's looking really good up there for the Blue Devils. You know, Langston hasn't really been able to throw the ball away except for that pass play to the far sideline a few moments ago. But the secondary, you know, just locking up the defenders out there, and defensive line getting to the quarterback quick. And they just got to, if they win the offensive line of scrimmage, this game is definitely in the bag, as this defense is one of the best in the state.
3rd and 5. Langston has to get rid of it quickly, and it is incomplete. Joe Sangiacomo bringing the pressure, intended for either Alan Boone or Kyle Sparrow. Couldn't really tell on that pass from Leonte Langston, junior quarterback, his first year under center for the Cardinals.
Again, great pressure by Sangiacomo off the weak side. And Langston, incomplete pass. So 4th down and 5 right now for the Cardinals. They had that one trick play before, but right now, you know, very close to the end zone. Definite time to go for it with this offense on the field instead of having the fake punt unit out there.
4th and 5. Screen pass is complete. It's going to be close. And the Cardinals get the first down. Ball comes out at the end. Jake Dayon has it, but ruled down. And Plainfield has another 4th down conversion, and they're inside the 25 on this opening possession here on Thanksgiving.
It was great second effort there by Antoine Spencer, because, you know, he had the defenders on him, and he was still just trying to get the first down, able to pick it up right at the first down marker. And right now, 1st and 10 at the Westfield 26. Cardinals, they're moving pretty good down the field, you know, picking up piece-by-piece yardage at a time. And they're just coming out strong, and, you know, you just want to keep, as we said before, they want to try to end this Blue Devil winning streak.
Spencer has just under 200 yards and 3 touchdowns rushing on the season. Some trickery for the Cardinals. Halim Woods getting the carry. Picks up a few yards, penalty marker in the backfield.
And first penalty marker of the day, and Mike, going back to last week, we saw plenty of penalties on the field, and it wasn't, you know, one was going one side, was getting a lot, the other was getting none. It was definitely balanced out there, and the refs did not really let the guys play too much, you know, didn't allow too much to happen on the field, and I believe there were 13 penalties alone in the first half between the both teams. So right now, first penalty of the day with 7:55 to go here in the first quarter.
For Leonte Langston, he's only played in 7 games now. He's 51 of 103 for his completions, 666 yards, 4 touchdowns, but 7 interceptions on the year. And that is incomplete. Noah Levy getting his hands on the football, making a nice play.
Yeah, Levy a little quiet this year for his junior season, but, you know, he's been in a lot of plays up the middle and coming up big right there, knocking the ball down, making it 3rd and long still for the Cardinals.
A color rush on display here. Westfield, they only go with the same color and the same pants on Thanksgiving the past few years. Last year in all white, this year in all blue. And the Cardinals in all white from head to toe.
Yeah, that was kind of a problem with Westfield going all white in 2014 with the supposed mud bowl. You couldn't even see the guys' jerseys out there. Just so much mud on the field, and it was only the first minute.
Langston throws it incomplete. Stevie Barden with the coverage on Halim Woods. The matchup we highlighted for you to look out for, and Stevie Barden making the play. And Chris, I was talking earlier, if I had to call out one single player on this Westfield football team for the 2017 season that's been the MVP, in my opinion, it's senior Stevie Barden as a receiver and as a corner.
Absolutely. He's a dual threat player. You know, he's got the speed, he's got the size, great hands, great head for the game. And, you know, one play could be running down the field, catching the pass, the other time getting a pick to seal the game. And I agree with you, MVP for the Blue Devils.
4th and 11, Langston takes a shot, and Adam McDaniel has the football, intercepted. The senior making the play.
Great pick by Adam McDaniel right there, but you know that smarter play would have just knocked the ball away as it was 4th down, would have had the ball in better territory, but still, Adam McDaniel, you know, first pick of the season for the senior, able to get the ball back for the Blue Devils, and right now Blue Devils have the long way to go for this drive, but right now Hank Shapiro, he's definitely matured as a quarterback from week 1 to now.
So the Blue Devil offense takes over after taking care of Elizabeth 13-6. Hank Shapiro, the sophomore, getting his first taste of Thanksgiving, and the ball is loose. The Blue Devils able to recover. Wandre House falls on top of it. A similar situation to what we saw in Shapiro's first career snap back 3 months ago, in the same exact position of the field against the Linden Tigers on opening day in September.
Yep.
2nd and 13. Shapiro tries it again. Wasn't his fault because of the snap. And pass is complete. Adam McDaniel getting some action at wide receiver. Check that. Jason Cassett getting the reception.
Yeah, Cassett, we haven't really seen him too much throughout the season. We saw him start in the beginning, but definitely died down in the playing time and makes a start right now on senior day. We're going to see a lot of seniors starting out there, and makes a good catch right there to make it 3rd down and 7 for the Blue Devils.
House gets the pitch, nowhere to go, and it's going to be, depending on the call, downed.
Not a good run there by House as he was running backwards the entire time, able to cut it up just a bit to get it to the 1 yard line, if that, maybe the half-yard line.
Well, Westfield got really lucky, Chris, there. That should have and could have easily been ruled a safety.
Now everyone's up on the line, ready to block this punt, and Owen Kessler, instead of having 15 yards to punt this football away, has only got about 10, and right now, number 4 for the Cardinals, Kion Cagle, back to return at the Blue Devils 40. So even if Kessler gets the punt away, it's still going to be great field position for this Plainfield team.
Kessler able to send it away. And at the 35, Cagle drops it. He's able to pick it up. The senior Keon Cagle could have had a nice return, but unable to catch the football. Nice job, though, to pick it back up. And the Cardinal offense, as you said, Chris, great field position, only 35 yards to the end zone.
And you're right there. You saw the backspin of the football. If that thing went forward, it would have hit off Cagle's helmet and would have bounced right into the hands of Adam McDaniels. But a big break there for the Cardinals, able to get the football in great starting field position. And right now, 1st and 10 at the Blue Devils 35. And Mike, last time that football, they were rolling down the football field.
Handoff up the middle. Nairi Ford, the 5'9 junior, getting some carries.
And Jake Val, first one in there to make a tackle, but Spencer able to slip out. You rarely see Jake Val miss the tackle on the field, but right there, able to slow him down. 2nd and 8 now for the Cardinals. And Mike, compared to last week, the Elizabeth Minutemen, they were going a lot more passes than we were expecting throughout the game. They said to win that or at least have a shot to win the football game, got to air it out. And the secondary for the Blue Devils looked very sluggish to start off the game, but right now looking very productive out there. Stevie Barden making a statement early, and Adam McDaniel with his first pick of the season as well.
Ford in the backfield, Cagle in motion for Plainfield here on 2nd and 8. And pass is incomplete, intended for Keon Cagle. And Chris says, take a look at the Cardinals' 2017 schedule, how they got here. Shut out 5 different times this season, losing to Immaculata, Union, Hillsborough Ridge, Montgomery, Watchung Hills in overtime. The Watchung Hills game blown out by 50-0 against the Elizabeth Minutemen, 34-0 against Linden, and then 2 weeks ago in their consolation game on Senior Day at Hubstein Field, the last game at the old Hubstein Field, brand new turf, they're able to get a W over Kearney 35-6. So they have some confidence heading into this Thanksgiving Day matchup as that pass is complete. It's the do-it-all senior Antoine Spencer, his 3rd year in a row. Chris, we're calling his name here on Thanksgiving against the Blue Devils. Also a talented basketball player. His final game in the red and white.
Yeah, Mike, as you said, that he can do it all. You take a look at the Plainfield sideline compared to Westfield. A lot of guys on this team are going to have to do it all. As you can see, there's about only 10 to 15 guys on the Plainfield sideline compared to about 30 to 40 on Westfield. So you can just tell how much depth the Blue Devils have coming into this game, which makes them one of the best in the state.
Looking over the middle, and the pass is complete. Jake Dayon able to deliver a big hit, but a first down for the Cardinals. Kyle Sparrow with the reception.
It was a great catch right there. Jake Dayon was draped all over him, able to bring it down. And the forward momentum picks up the first down. So right now, 1st and 10 at Westfield's 15. And this is kind of the same way the game started last year. Plainfield came out strong and quick, and doing the same right here as 5 spread out wide across the field at the 20.
Another completion for the Cardinals. This time it's a Liam Woods inside the 5-yard line. Leonte Langston getting himself into a groove, completing back-to-back-to-back passes for the Cardinals.
Yeah, the Cardinals are definitely rolling on this drive right now, and it's a good thing for Langston. As you know, he gets the momentum early in this game and can carry it out through the rest. Blue Devil defense looking a little bit sluggish, especially around the linebacking core, not applying too much pressure on the quarterback as he's able to get off, as you said, back-to-back-to-back passes.
And Chris, we mentioned this last week. Westfield cannot play the way they've been playing in next week against a much more talented Bridgewater Raritan team. There's the pitch. Antoine Spencer, he cut it back inside, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the end zone. Another great crowd on hand today. Can't really tell because it's on the below you on the bottom of your screen, but the stands are packed below us here at Gary Kaler Stadium. This is also the last game on this current turf. So next fall you're going to see brand new turf and a lot of updates to the stadium. So very exciting news.
Yeah, we're looking forward next year. Not going to be here, but when we come back, it's going to look a lot nicer. But, yeah, as you said, a lot of people here today. You can see a bunch of alumni here for the Blue Devils on the sideline to the left of the players, everyone in their varsity jackets showing support here on Thanksgiving.
2nd and goal from the 2. Handoff up the middle. Antoine Spencer looked like he got in, but they're going to say he's shy. The Westfield defensive unit doing a nice job of making a stop. 3rd and goal, but Chris, as we've seen already twice today on 4th and 8 and 4th and 11, Plainfield's going to take their chances, and it's 4-down territory practically the entire game. So they have 2 chances to get 2 inches.
Yeah, right now, this Blue Devil defensive line has been fantastic all year. You have Valabera, San Giacomo, McGovern, and Levy, sometimes Barham and Colin Freer as well. And right now, Spencer in the backfield.
And Langston gets wrapped up. An incredible play from the senior, Shea Elliott.
Yeah, you saw that Langston try to get through the first surge, but bounces off, and Shea Elliott gets through the line, able to bring him back for a loss of 3. So 4th and goal now at the 3-yard line. And now Blue Devils, they can keep playing the same way. If they don't let up a touchdown right there, that is huge for this crowd and team, as a lot of momentum goes back to their side, and especially a huge confidence boost for the defense. They're going to kick the field goal right now, so we saw before the trickery. Wouldn't be surprised now, but I'm pretty sure that special teams unit is suspecting a fake, or if not, just getting ready for it.
A timeout is called by head coach Corey Tucker of the Cardinals. We'll stay with you here in the first quarter. 4:54 to play here at Gary Kaler Stadium on Thanksgiving Day.
And compared to last week when that game was going by very quick, right now with, end of the first quarter. So this game, as I was saying, the Elizabeth game was rolling by very quickly. This game, a little bit slower pace as both these teams are taking their time out there. And right now, end of the first quarter, switching basically the whole length of the field. It's going to be 4th and goal from the 3-yard line. And this defense, Mike, just been absolutely fantastic these past couple of plays.
And we'll see if Plainfield decides to kick the field goal or go for it.
Looks like they're lining up to kick the field goal, as it will be number 90 kicking for this team.
Not listed on the roster for the Cardinals.
Say right now.
The lefty, can he drill it? And it is no good. Wide right.
So now
a 22-yard field goal is missed.
I don't think it was a very smart decision right there, as yes, the Blue Devil defense was very fantastic last couple of plays, but you got to go for it right there. I mean, a field goal does get you points, but if you score that touchdown, you get a lot of momentum, and even if you don't convert, you still pin them back very deep in their own territory. Now they have the ball at their own 20, so it's kind of like a touchback. Now it's Hank Shapiro's time to lead this offense out there and get some points on the board.
Definitely a missed opportunity for the Plainfield Cardinals. Westfield's second drive. Jason Cassett gets the reception.
I know it's senior day, but Griffin Rooney is getting the start over Emmett Smith. Could it be with anything to do with Emmett Smith's drop pass last week against Elizabeth when it came down to the wire? I know he had that great catch at the end of the game, but he did drop that one pass over the middle that could have given him another touchdown on the season.
It's always interesting to see how head coach Jim DeSarno in his 12th season, as Wandre House battles his way for the first down. A great run. House making his 3rd consecutive appearance on Thanksgiving Day. His sophomore year played a lot against the Cardinals right here on this turf, but did have a fumble, but had a good game. But going back to Coach DeSarno and how this coaching staff handles a game like this, a regular season game, obviously you want to keep the streak alive, but obviously you don't want any players getting hurt. Shapiro takes a shot and had an open sophomore Colin Freer, but just a little too far out in front.
Yeah, Halim Woods on the cover right there. Did have Freer on the seam right over the middle, but just a little overthrown. But going back to Wandre House's run, able to bounce off defenders left and right and pick up a great gain. He's really matured as a running back this season compared to last year when the fumbles were a big problem of his. Not so much this year.
Yeah, he's
Had
held
a
on
great
to the
run.
ball nicely this year. House finds space to the outside, and he'll step out of bounds near the 46.
And his speed, too, was a great factor there as he was able to get to the corner and pick up a great chunk of yardage, making it 3rd and 2 now for the Blue Devils. And let's not forget also, just when you have House and also a great runner like Tim Allegro as well, it's easy for this coaching staff to pick who can go in on yardage situations. Wandre House, that speed back. Tim Allegro, more of that power back. And let's not forget Jake Valabera, biggest guy on this team for the jumbo situation. You have all these guys able to mix it up.
That was Tim Allegro's first carry, and the ball, according to the Cardinals, came out at the end, but Westfield will retain possession. And Allegro able to pick up the first down. 11 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Still no score. And keep getting interrupted, but about the situation, 3 things to deal with. Number 1, you got to win the game, keep the streak alive. Number 2, you don't want anyone, you can't have anyone get hurt. And number 3, you also want to see some of your seniors that don't play a lot get more time. But to do that, you got to take a bigger lead. Something Westfield has really struggled with this season, breaking open games. They've only done it once.
Yeah, against Watchung Hills. Yeah, like last year.
Earlier in the season against the Warriors of Watchung Hills.
Yeah, last year, Westfield had that big lead after the second quarter, able to get those guys in. We even saw freshman Colin Freer get in the game and score his first ever varsity touchdown, which we all thought was Connor Scanlon, but it was Freer. We found that out a few minutes after the play. But, you definitely want to see the seniors in there, as this could be their last time they're playing.
Shapiro! And the pass is incomplete. Griffin Rooney couldn't make the catch. A diving effort for the sophomore Griffin Rooney.
Yeah, Emmett Smith checking into the game now for Jake Obsgarten. Shapiro led Rooney a little bit too much on the play. As you saw, he had to go full out extension with the arms and give a little jump at the end to try to get there. Did hit Rooney in the hands, but it's hard to tell if he could have caught that or not, especially from this angle. But still, 3rd down and 8 now for the Blue Devils. You have Cassett Smith and Rooney in at wide receiver. And Cassett already throughout this game, he's looked like a much better receiver than he did in the beginning couple games.
Shapiro over the middle on the slant route is incomplete. That time it's Emmett Smith. And brings up 4th and 8 for the Blue Devils, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, it looked like a great drive to start off, but at the end definitely died down as a couple pass plays from Shapiro, a few overthrown and a couple that should have been caught. But now Will Kessler going to kick it off. And right now this defense playing great the past couple of plays. It's got to keep that pressure on Langston if they want to try to get this lead.
Kessler sends it away. Good protection from the punting unit for the Blue Devils. And a nice roll at the 24-yard line where it will die down.
Yeah, Kessler's not his best punt of this season. You saw a lot of backs on the football and not too much carry on after the punt. But still, able to get it pretty far back into Cardinal territory at the 24-yard line. And now this defense got to step up out there.
The 4th consecutive home game for Westfield. And the last game here at Kaler for this year. Only one game left next Thursday night, November 30th, 8 o'clock p.m. Under the lights in East Rutherford at MetLife Stadium. The Blue Devils take on the Bridgewater Raritan Panthers for the 3rd consecutive year, trying to make it 37 in a row. And the quarterback slipped to the ground. He is down. Leonte Langston just tripped up on his own feet right there.
I actually thought Spencer had the football on the play. It looked like a good fake, but yeah, Langston just slips on the turf, so it's going to be 2nd down and 13, or 2nd down and 12 right now for the Cardinals. And yeah, we said there's going to be a lot of trickery throughout this game. We're probably going to see a lot of jet sweeps, maybe a lot of pass back. Who knows? Cardinals really have nothing to lose out there, so they have the opportunity of trying out plays that they probably never run this season. They just want to be creative out there.
There's a screen pass, and Jake Dayon and Rory McGovern are there. Nowhere to go. for the return man, Alan Boone, who makes the catch, but credit Alan Boone. Only 5'9", and still able to stay with it, breaking a couple tackles.
Yeah, he was taking hits.
Kept on his feet for a long time there.
You had Dayon and McGovern on you, and then you had the rest of the Blue Devils, Adam McDaniel delivering the final blow. He even had that ball out there a little bit, but the whistle was blown before anyone could get to it. And we know Jake Dayon, he goes for the football a lot. We saw it last year in the state final game trying to get that strip, but play was called dead beforehand. But he definitely knows how to get in there and strip the football out.
And this pass is incomplete. The receiver, Antoine Spencer, looking for the defensive pass interference, and I agree with him. Jordan Simpson of Westfield, number 5, got there a little early.
But the ball was
no call. And, yeah, Chris, as you were about to say, ball was deflected.
So it's anything goes after the play call. But, yeah, from this angle we can't really see too much as the Blue Devil sideline was kind of blocking it. But if the ball was not tipped, it could have been defensive pass interference on Simpson, as he was a little over him. But now Emmett Smith back to return this punt at the 50.
4th and 17. No fake here for the Cardinals.
Great punt.
Smith calls for a fair catch at the Plainfield 49-yard line. So it'll be the best field position Westfield's had in this late morning. 8 minutes to play here in the second quarter. The 10-0 Westfield Blue Devils ranked number 8 in the state of New Jersey, ranked 12th in the tri-state area.
Wow.
Taking on the 1-8 Plainfield Cardinals, who just got their first win in their consolation matchup against Kearney 2 weeks ago.
Tri-state area, that's been very impressive being number 12.
Shapiro hands it off to Wandre House, still on his feet after the second effort, able to pick up about 7 yards, and it was also an awkward handoff between Shapiro and House.
It kind of looked like last week with the read option on House's 57-yard touchdown run. Valabera holding the ball an extra couple seconds, and it looked like Alaire did the same exact, Shapiro did the same exact thing. We have seen Shapiro in the football a couple times throughout this season, almost had his first rushing touchdown a few weeks ago, but it was knocked out right at the goal line. But yeah, Wandre House definitely showing what he's got on senior day. Last game playing here.
Tim Allegro breaks free, spinning his way inside the 25. The sophomore getting his first taste of Thanksgiving Day football, and a big run for Allegro.
Yeah, Allegro showed what he's got too. Wandre House doing a great job, and Tim Allegro following it up as well, getting a huge chunk of yardage now. And the Blue Devils at the Cardinal 20-yard line. Now is the time to capitalize, as Benny Bontempo checks in at fullback.
So 1st and 10.
Shapiro, play action, rolling to his right, and the pass is complete.
Yeah,
The sophomore Griffin Rooney making an excellent reception for a gain of 18, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, great catch by Rooney, able to get the hands under the football, making it a 1st and goal for the Blue Devils at the 3-yard line. And right now, time to punch it in. Probably going to see jumbo package if the Blue Devils can convert in a couple of plays. But right now, Hank Shapiro on this offense is rolling.
Up the middle for Tim Allegro as we wait the call. And he'll be just shy of the end zone.
Yeah, there's just, as we saw with the Cardinals for trying to get in, just a stop there for the Blue Devils, and right now, right there for the Cardinals. And right now we're seeing the jumbo package in there. Except for Jake Valabera, so he's not in the football game, but you do have Shea Elliott, Drew Ortiz, and Tim Allegro in the backfield.
5:53 to go. Westfield trying to get on the scoreboard, and Tim Allegro just too easy. Walks into the end zone, and the Blue Devils take the lead 6-0 here on Thanksgiving Day. An excellent drive set up by the defense, giving the Blue Devils great field position. And the offense able to execute and punch it in 4-6. And Aiden Bolin, the senior, will try to make it 7-0. And he's able to do so.
And Tim Allegri, just a great run right there, as you said, just so easy getting into the end zone, able to walk it right in. And Blue Devils take the lead with 5:44 to go here in this first half. And right now, the offense is looking good out there. The defense is looking very well. Things are looking up now for the Blue Devils.
And Chris, what do you expect from Westfield if they want to break this thing open and get some of their reserves some action?
You know, bring in Stevie Barden, as they've done a lot of times this season, you know, get that going. Also, as we said last week, get Adam McDaniel in there at wide receiver too. It's going to be probably his last game playing here, and he's been a big part of this defense and offense the past 2 years, but hasn't really seen too much of him on the offensive side of the ball. And if they want to break this game open, you got to put that guy in there as well. And that's when you can put in your reserves to start off the second half, third and fourth quarter, whenever. But
Kessler sends it away at the 15, bobbled by the return man. But a nice return for Alan Boone. He's done a nice job this morning, Chris. Rushing, receiving, and returning.
Yeah, absolutely. But the special teams unit for the Blue Devils, it looks like the beginning of the year, you know, not able to lock down the returner deep in the territory. The returner's able to get it out to after the 30-yard line. And where it is, the Cardinals have the ball at their 37, I believe. And decent field position, but now the Blue Devils, as we said, it looks like they're adjusting to this game right now. And if they want the reserves to come in, they got to start locking down this Cardinal offense. And 5:35 to go here in the first half. Let's see if they can do so.
1st and 10. They fake the pitch, hand it off to Antoine Spencer. And he is brought down. Stevie Barden, along with Will Kessler, and a couple others, Valabert and Dayon in there, bringing Spencer to the ground.
Yeah, you can see the trickery. There's no one lined up in the backfield. The fake reverse, and then the end around just comes in, not able to pick up any positive yards, a loss of 2 on the play. So 2nd and 12 now for the Cardinals.
.450 to play here in the second quarter. 2nd and 12 for Leonte Langston, who drops back. Has time. Incomplete, intended for the senior Halim Woods, but thrown way to the right of Woods and behind him. Poor throw from Langston results in a 3rd and long.
You could see the pressure in the backfield, but still he had Woods wide open in the middle of the field. Definitely got to hit him there. And Isaiah Reese checks into the game at defensive end for Joe San Giacomo, so another reserve player for the Blue Devils getting in there. Isaiah Reese, we only see him a lot on special teams, but right now getting some time on defense.
Reese, number 58. Third and long. Langston passes incomplete. Stevie Barden all over Halim Woods, giving Woods no chance to make that play. That's a nice stop for the senior, and they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, Woods was
potentially a fake. Emmett Smith will return the punt.
Yeah, Woods didn't even look like he was able to catch the football. Wasn't even turned around once Langston threw the football, but still great defense nevertheless by Barden. And right now, as you said, Emmett Smith back at his own 30-yard line, and we definitely want to see this kid break one out. He's had a lot of great returns this year.
A high snap, and it is deflected. A poor punt. But Boone did all he could, not his fault, after the snap.
And that punt definitely should have been blocked. You saw Jake Dayon coming in off the side. There was got to be some miscommunication. As you know, Jake Dayon just gives it his all on every play, and he definitely could have gotten in there. Probably just confused on what was going on, but still, Blue Devils, good field position to start off this drive. as it looks like the punter for the Cardinals, Alan Boone, as you just said, down on the field.
With 4:21 to go, we're going to step aside here on BDTV. Westfield leads it 7-0 on Thanksgiving Day. So welcome back here to Westfield. A 1st and 10 after the punt. Blue Devils trying to put some more points on the scoreboard as we near the half. Griffin Rooney can't make the catch. Thrown a little to his right by Hank Shapiro, the sophomore quarterback. Wrapping up a tremendous first year under center for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, being a sophomore that he is, he's definitely stepped up and shown what he's got. And this kid's definitely going to improve. He has 2 years to improve too, which is fantastic. And once he's a senior, he's going to be one of the best in the state. I'm going to call that right now.
1,100 yards and 12 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions for Shapiro. Wandre House gets the football, tried to juke out Antoine Spencer with a little hesitation, but Spencer didn't buy it, makes the play for the Cardinals. 3rd and 8. Credit Plainfield, Chris, for coming and showing up today and giving a great effort. Not just, they could have just hung their heads, put the towels in, but they are
they know a lot of seniors on this team. They know it's going to be their last game.
They're competing against the number 8 team in the state and doing a terrific job. Westfield just has
they don't have that breakout.
They have a 2017 mentality of keeping it close and keeping the opponent in the game. Here's a screen pass. Jason Casson, and he breaks free. He'll be brought down inside the 5 for a huge 50-yard gain. Jason Cassett, the senior, with his longest reception of his career. An incredible play, and you love to see that right there, Chris.
Absolutely. Jason Cassett, I've been waiting for that play for a long time, and he definitely stepped up today, showed what he got. I was hoping he was going to get a touchdown right there, but able to get it inside the 10-yard line. Jason Cassett, what a play right there, and right now Blue Devils this much closer to making it a 2-possession game.
1st and goal from the 2. Wandre House is going to get eaten up by the Plainfield defense. David Henderson and Sparrow on the stop for the Cardinals. They lose 2 yards on that play. And now they'll bring in Shea Elliott and Drew Ortiz. Colin Freer and Tim Allegro also come in.
You can tell Wandre House is upset as he wants to score a touchdown on senior day, but not getting the chance right there as they're bringing in the bigger package with Tim Allegro in the backfield.
Allegro gets the pitch to the right, lowers the shoulder, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And Westfield leads it 13-0. And as you said, Chris, there's a very upset Wandre House on the sideline. You know, does go over there to congratulate his teammates, but it's a tough situation. You know, Allegro had the first touchdown. I mean, House could have did the same thing.
Doing a great job too. Yeah, he's having a great game.
On senior day, interesting decision. Bolin gets the extra point just off. It was almost blocked. But Westfield in complete control as we near halftime. 14-0 in favor of the Blue Devils, looking to extend the streak to 36 consecutive ball games.
And yeah, Tim Allegro going back to that run. That was his 2nd touchdown of the game, 8th on the season. So right now he leads the team in rushing touchdowns. Trailing right behind him is Jake Val with 7 and Wandre House in there with 2. Let's see, going back to last year, you had a lot of guys who run the football. You had Verano, Glasgow, House, Phil Martini a couple times as well, Valabera. You had a lot of guys running the football, but this year you have 3 set guys getting it done out there, and that's all you need this season as the run game has been very good for them. And it's really complemented Hank Shapiro's passing game. As you know, it looked a little weak to start of the season, but once that progressed and the running game got in there too, they both really helped this offense out. Let's also credit Aiden Boland out there. You know, he's really gotten Westfield a lot of these wins, a lot of 7-6 wins, and if it wasn't for him, the Blue Devils would not be where they are. They could have a loss in the column if the game went to OT, so you got to give credit to him as well. As a great kick
and
there.
This ball goes behind the returner, Halim Woods, and picks it up, and he's brought down immediately inside his own 10. So Plainfield is way backed up. They got to be careful they don't get a safety here on this drive. And going back to Aiden Bolin, Chris, great point. Kid's such a multi-dimensional athlete. Football, basketball, lacrosse, hockey. The kid does it all.
He does.
And Aiden Bolin could easily be out there as a number 2, number 3 receiver.
Yeah.
He's no different than Griffin Rooney, Emmett Smith, Jason Cassett, but just things didn't work out between the coaching staff and Bolin as a wide receiver. You had to wait. Bolin, a tremendous kicker, but he had to wait his time between another great kicker, Mike Moriarty. So it's really been a long career for Aiden Bolin, and you have to give him credit for sticking with it.
Yeah, he's definitely showing himself this year, too. He's really helped the Blue Devils out. And, people think, it's a PAT, doesn't mean too much. It definitely does, as a 1 point can make a difference in a game, and it has been a couple times this season for the Blue Devils as Spencer gets the football.
And Shea Elliott making another tackle.
And timeout called by the Blue
Westfield,
Devils.
Coach Asarno will call their first timeout, stopping the clock and trying to get the football back, put some more points on the board. And with 2:05 to go, Westfield up 14-0. We'll take a break. You're watching Thanksgiving Day football between 2nd and 6. Man in motion for the Cardinals. And a shot in the backfield by Valabera. Out of nowhere, the senior captain makes an incredible play.
Makes a huge statement right there for the Blue Devil defense. Timeout called again by Coach Asarno. Going back to that tackle, absolutely demolished number 25 of the Cardinals, Nairi Ford. Valabera coming up with the big hit stick. And 1:54 to go here in this first half.
We'll stay with you this time out, but incredible play. The tackle of the year for Jake Valabera and for this Westfield defense. And on 3rd and 9, they're going to try to make another stop and call another timeout, stop the clock, get the football back, and put up another touchdown. And the crowd, Chris, has really filled in the student section is absolutely packed.
There, yeah. Hey, one's a student at WHS. I'll say it, always a student. They come back, watch, support the football team. And they're doing a great job out there. And if they can get another touchdown going into the half, we're definitely going to see the reserves out there with 3-touchdown lead. And who knows, Mike, Westfield, with this defense they have, they've never had a shutout this season. So today could be the day. But there's still a lot of game left. About 2 minutes to go here in this first half and another 24 in the second. But this defense is looking exceptional.
3rd and 9, handoff to the left-hand side for Nairi Ford, and he is stopped. And the Blue Devils call another timeout. It's the 112th meeting between the Blue Devils and the Cardinals. Westfield leading the all-time series, 59 wins, 45 losses, and 7 ties. They've won 5 in a row against Plainfield, trying to make it 6 in a row. 30-14 victory for Westfield last season. Minute 50 to go, 4th and 5. Plainfield set to punt. Smith will return for the Blue Devils. No timeouts remaining, but plenty of time to take some shots, get down the field, and put some more points on the board. And Chris, I was surprised when you said that. Yeah, this Westfield defense, they've been stellar all season long, but they've yet to have a shutout. 8 different times they've held the offense to 7 or less.
That's fantastic. You never see that from a high school football team. I know a shutout is great, but if you limit your people you're playing against to under 7 points, that's fantastic, especially teams like Elizabeth.
And that punt is blocked, and it bounces off, I believe it was a Plainfield player, And Westfield is going to take over with great field position inside the 20. Bounced off the referee, but not sure who got their fingertips in there. But a big play by the Westfield special teams unit.
It's like in the MLB, you hit the ball at an umpire, plays called dead, you get the ball, players advance to the base. So basically the ball hit the ref right where he was, and Blue Devils get the ball exactly there. Great field position, and you can tell the Cardinals did not like what happened right there, as the Blue Devils have a great chance of getting another touchdown right now.
First down and 10 for Westfield. They're on the 18-yard line of Plainfield. Late here in the first half.
First and 10, Shapiro looking in the end zone, and Colin Freer cannot make the catch.
Could have been his second varsity touchdown and, second for Thanksgiving Day, but not able to bring that one in, hit him right in the hands. But, he's done a great job this season, had a lot of great catches, but right there just can't come up with it. And right now I'm just hoping, Jason Cass gets the footballs. He's had that great catch before, almost got a touchdown, but if he can get one right now, especially on senior day, it makes it that much sweeter. Yeah, so 1:35 to go here in the first half. 2nd and 10 now for the Blue Devils. You have Smith, Cassett, and Rooney at receiver, and Allegro in the backfield with Shapiro.
Shapiro drops back, fires. Jason Cassett does not have the football. Good hit from Sheldon Goff, the senior. Catchable football for Cassett. Went up in the air to grab it.
Yeah, almost snagged
had
it
it for a split second, and then Goff with the hit from behind, and Cassett unable to hang on. Makes it 3rd and 10 with a minute and a half remaining.
So they have trips left at the bottom of your screen in order from outside to inside. Cassett, Smith, and then Rooney.
Shapiro under pressure, unable to get out of it. A sack for the Cardinals.
And right now, you try to lob it up to the end zone, as the first down marker is at the 9-yard line. So wherever that is, if you can get the first down, great touchdown. It's right there. Just try to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised. Stevie Barden put him in there. He's been a key factor in this offense, but also, as we said before, Adam McDaniel.
Fourth and 14. Shapiro, screen pass to Allegro. It was a touchdown last week, and this time Allegro looks like he's going to be just shy of the first down. A turnover on downs for the Blue Devils, so they're unable to put a little insurance on the scoreboard, and Plainfield will take over.
Yeah, Allegro
inside their 15.
Almost got to the first down marker. Great effort there, but you saw the defender right next to him. I was surprised he wasn't tackled right then and there at the line of scrimmage. But still, Cardinals have all 3 timeouts, and again, as we said before, they have nothing to lose. Wouldn't be surprised. Try to take shots down the field with 40 seconds to go. It's been done. Let's see if they can do it right here. But this defense for the Blue Devils has been exceptional today.
Ball on the 11-yard line for Plainfield. Their defense has done a nice job this morning, but their offense has struggled to move the ball down the field, except for that one drive where they just missed an easy 22-yard field goal.
That was a chip shot, especially.
They wish they had that one back. And Leonte Langston, the junior quarterback who's had a nice ball game so far, will be content with taking a knee. And we will go into the half. They're going to have to run one more play right here. But all in all, 14-0, a typical first half for the Westfield Blue Devils. Plainfield was 1 yard away from taking a 7-0 lead, but Tim Allegro gets 2 touchdowns. We see Wandre House, a couple nice carries, and in particular, an excellent play from Jason Cassett, a senior receiver.
Absolutely. It was a great catch right there, and he really stepped up today. Did have that one catch before, but, just really looking good out there. Defense looking exceptional, but right now in the second half, I'm looking forward for the Blue Devils to get the lead and bring in some of their reserves.
We'll be right back with the second half of Westfield and Plainfield here on Thanksgiving Day from Gary Kaler Stadium. Welcome back, everybody, here on this Thanksgiving Day, the 112th meeting between the Westfield Blue Devils and the Plainfield Cardinals. The Blue Devils lead it 14-0 as we're set to start play in quarter number 3. Michael Leniart alongside Chris Witzel for the 11th consecutive week, covering every single football game this season. And what a year it's been, Chris.
Absolutely. A lot of people thought they're definitely not going to be the same as they were the past 2 years, losing so many key players to this team. But this defense really stepped up, making them one of the best in the state. And the offense has come a long way since week 1, really getting everyone involved from Tim Allegro to Wandre House to Emmett Smith. All of them have really done a great job on this offensive side of the football.
And Plainfield sends it away at the 25-yard line. Stevie Barden has the football. Cuts it to the middle, and he's down near the 37.
A good return there by Barden, able to get it into good field position for the Blue Devils. And right now, going into the second half, we got to make sure, a lot of the reserves out there really want to get into this ball game. Last home game ever in a Blue Devil uniform. And hopefully we'll see a lot of them in there as Wandre House and Jake Obsgarten will start in the backfield with Rooney and Cassett out wide receivers. So kind of the same group it's been all afternoon out there to start off
and
this
before
first
this play gets started, I want to thank our cameraman, Jack Ferris, doing a terrific job upstairs, working the camera. Shapiro on the roll to his right, has a receiver. It's Colin Freer making the catch, and he's in Plainfield territory, good for the first down. Not the first time Colin Freer's had a reception on Thanksgiving. A little flashback to last year on the road at Hubstein Field, a 1-yard reception in the end zone. Colin Freer puts himself in the history books, one of just 3 freshmen to ever have a touchdown on varsity. Wandre House gets the carry, picks up 7 running downhill, tackled by Davon Pompey, another senior for the Cardinals. This is a Plainfield team filled with seniors, just as many seniors as Westfield.
Yeah, absolutely, and again, going back to the seniors, last game they're both going to give it their all, both sides of the football. But just looking at the sideline, it's hard to believe how they have that many seniors compared to Westfield. As
House gets another carry inside the 30. Wandre House is rolling with another first down for the Blue Devils. And this offense, Chris, they started off slow, not even scoring in the first quarter, but they are clicking on all cylinders, just running it right through the teeth of this Plainfield defense, and on their way to a big blowout win.
Yeah, Tim Allegro, he has 2 touchdowns today, but Wandre House is the one who's, really getting the ball down the field, a lot of breakout runs, and, definitely should be getting the ball to get a touchdown today as he has none already.
Shapiro taking a shot on the slant route, but he overthrows Griffin Rooney to his left. Can't make the play. 10.5 to play here in the third quarter. Biggest crowd all season here at Kaler for Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah, you can see people lining up, just standing on the staircase. Tough for me to get back up during halftime. There's so many people here, not enough seats. And, it's that biggest crowd this season, and it's because of just how well these guys have performed out there. Another undefeated season.
House gets the carry, breaks free to the right. A first down and more inside the 10-yard line.
So Wandre House picks up the big gain right there. Great block by Griffin Rooney on the outside to allow House to bounce to the sideline and picks up the first down. Tim Allegro checks into this ball game. And receivers stay the same with Cassett and Rooney out there.
Cassett lined up on the far side. Griffin Rooney on the bottom right of your screen, number 17 in blue. Allegro in the backfield. Shotgun for the Blue Devils. And Allegro is taken down after picking up 2. 10:15 to play here in the third quarter.
So now 2nd and goal now for the Blue Devils at the 8-yard line. And, it's gonna be cool if they get a touchdown right now, because Jason Cassidy doesn't have a touchdown. Neither does Jake Obsgarten. So if one of those guys gets a touchdown, it's gonna be something memorable for them. Excuse me. But also get the touchdown with whoever. Bring in the reserves, because those guys as well haven't really seen too much playing time this season.
Shotgun Shapiro looking for Rooney. He makes the catch and a touchdown for Westfield. Sophomore to sophomore, Shapiro to Rooney, who makes his 2nd touchdown grab of the season. 13th for Hank Shapiro. And the Blue Devils lead it 20-0 here in the 3rd quarter.
That was a great zig route right there by Rooney. Goes right to the inside, fakes, and cuts to the outside sideline, able to get his 2nd touchdown of the season. And if Aiden Bowen can convert right now, 3-touchdown lead for the Blue Devils. And right now, time to bring in those reserves, who's just been waiting all this season to get into this game.
Bowen drills the PAT, 3 of 3 on the ball game for number 24 senior Aiden Bowen. And Westfield in control, 21-0, just like we expected.
But getting into this ball game, I'm thinking, NJ.com predicted 28-6 Westfield. And beginning, I'm not sure if that's even going to get there. But right now, definitely in the driver's seat. Blue Devils 21-0 lead with 9:40 to go. I can see that being even more than 28. And this defense too is just really keeping the Cardinals in check.
9:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Will Kessler has been a busy man all season long, averaging about 6 punts.
And remember, he wasn't even the starting kicker. It was Thomas DeRosa.
Yeah, week 1 against Linden. But
he got injured, went down. Kessler stepped up, and we all thought, never really seen this guy kick the football, but his first punt ever went for a solid 50-plus yards, and it was a great kick, and we all knew that he was the go-to guy from there on.
Boone gets another return and is down at the 30-yard line. Alan Boone has got a number of touches in his final game in a Cardinal uniform.
So now defense on the field now for the Blue Devils, and it looks relatively the same. Sean Dwyer has checked in for Kessler at linebacker. So right now you have all seniors in at linebacker now for the Blue Devils.
They're playing their hearts out today. And they're down 21-0, but it's been, if you can say this, it's kind of closer.
1st and 10 for the Cardinals. And a big hit. Valabera gets yet another sack. The man does it all.
You knew one was coming today on senior day, and in a big spot as he drops Langston for a 5-yard loss on the play. Had the huge hit before and another big one right there. 2nd and long now for the Cardinals. And Jake Valabera, he's just been, we said that Stevie Barton is the MVP for this team for doing it all, but also Jake Valabera wouldn't be where we are without him as well.
Yeah, I think Valabera and Barton definitely the 2 biggest guys. Val had 10 sacks coming into today. I believe he's got that was his 2nd, so 12 on the year for number 8. Wore 22 last year, had a rushing touchdown at MetLife against Bridgewater. There's a screen pass complete to Antoine Spencer. Tries to juke out a couple defenders. And the tackle is made by Noah Levy, who's a little slow to get up and hobbling. But will stay in the ball game. It's 3rd and 15 coming up for the Cardinals. Yes. Now we're going to see our first action of backups. Matt McIntyre will check in for Jake Dayon, who will get a nice applause.
And also in on that play was Sean Dwyer delivering the final hit, his first tackle of the day. And yeah, another reserve coming out there, as you said, McIntyre, Dwyer as well, and trips right at the top of your screen with one at the bottom and one in the backfield next to Langston.
Langston has to get out of it, and he's unsuccessful. Another sack for the Blue Devil defense. Noah Levy is there. The junior has had a breakout season for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, Noah Levy, we've heard his name a lot today, just really coming out strong, had a big hit and a nice tackle before, coming up with a sack today, and he's just having, like you said, a great season. And he has 1 sack on the season. That's his first today, so 2 on the season for the junior, and more to come with his senior campaign coming up next year.
A bad snap, and Westfield recovers. Jake Dayon. It did go behind the end zone, so it will be a safety. 23-0. The Blue Devils lead it. A poor snap on the punt attempt for the Cardinals leads to a disaster. Jake Dayon with tremendous hustle almost had the touchdown.
And I thought Jake Dayon was going to get a touchdown. That would have made that play absolutely unforgettable. A touchdown on senior day and playing defense as well, which is absolutely phenomenal. He did have 1 fumble recovery for a touchdown last year as a junior, but as a senior, you know, last time playing at home, as we've been saying all day, it means a lot to these guys. But, you know, gets a big safety right there, and they get the ball back too.
6:58 to go. 23-0. Westfield will get great field position once again. Their offense is cruising, and so is their defense. Looking for their first shutout of the 2017 season. They're going to improve to 11-0. It'll be 36 consecutive wins. And all that's left to talk about is the state title for a 3rd year in a row. Westfield, Bridgewater, Blue Devils, and Panthers in East Rutherford at MetLife Stadium. The anticipation will build, and it should be a tremendous night. And it's going to be a tight ball game, Chris, and
Absolutely.
it should be a classic.
A pooch kick to Smith at his own
Emmett
45.
Smith takes it at his own 45, has a hole inside the Plainfield 40, where Shapiro is still going to be out there, but now we have a chance to highlight the sophomore number 27, the brother of last year's quarterback Phil Martini. Sophomore halfback Nicky Martini should get some action right now, but they're going to keep him on the sidelines. As I say that, Benny Bontempo, though, in
He did have a good game.
at fullback.
I believe it was week 3, and he had a great running game right there. You know, we got about 7 or 8 yards of carry, not a touchdown, but just a good game. And it was against Franklin away.
Allegro gets the carry, picks up a few.
It's 6:36 to go here in this ball game. It's only 12:42, so the game's only been going on for about an hour 45. But compared to last week with all the stoppage of play, the game looked like it was going a lot faster than it actually seemed, though.
Yeah, another chilly game also, but definitely not as cold as last week. That was one of the coldest games.
Yeah, in the booth, it's really cold. We step outside, sun's right there, and it's 10 degrees warmer.
Allegro gets the carry to the left, and right near the first down marker, going to be close. They'll say he's just shy. 3rd and inches for the Blue Devils. See a lot of guys on the field wearing undershirts, long sleeves.
Yeah, example, Griffin Rooney near sideline.
And Valavera, but
Yep.
some guys, they got nothing under there.
Excuse me, near sideline, Griffin Rooney.
Like Allegro with nothing under there. 3rd and inches. Allegro has a first down.
That's a gain of 3 on the play and a Westfield first down.
Emmett
Smith getting looked at and attended to by the trainer.
Probably shaken up after the kick attempt, and a little surprising not seeing him on the field, as we said before, that we did have that drop last week. But, you know, he's done a good job this season. 1 touchdown, his first as a varsity player, but just his specialty, you know, is definitely returning the football. No, not one return for a touchdown, but great yardage picked up from
Shapiro throws and it's dropped. Benny Bontempo can't make the catch. He was wide open
and boy, would
and
have
just
been a
started
good play.
running with it before he caught it.
Would that been a good play? Benny Bontempo, you know, senior on this team, definitely gets the crowd into it whenever he's on the field. Couple tackles this season, but a catch too in his on senior day would have made it again very, very special. And Benny Bontempo, loved by the fans, loved by the team, and he's a guy I know you want on your team.
Second
Keep
and
everyone
10.
motivated.
Allegro gets the football, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Third down and 9.
So under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Third down and 10 now for the Blue Devils. Benny Bontempo, Cassett, Rooney, and Allegro all out there at the speed positions for the Blue Devils, along with Colin Freer in at tight end.
3rd and 10 for Westfield. Shapiro drops, has time. Now he's under pressure. Gonna scramble, and he's hit right near the line of scrimmage. Might have picked up a yard, actually.
And this field position right now, Blue Devils, I would go for it, you know, try to get the first down, keep the drive going. But, you know, defense are going to be seeing a lot of reserves in there as well. And those guys definitely want to get on the field. But, you know, Blue Devils get the lead, especially because, you know, they've been doing it all season. When they're in this territory, you go for the first down, go for the touchdown, because Bolin, a great kicker that he is, definitely, you know, not too much leg to get it from where it would be. It brought about a 40-yard field goal or so. And also punting it just definitely not inside the 30-yard line.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 9. Looking for Griffin Rooney, but not on the same page with Shapiro. And Rooney thrown way to his right. Griffin Rooney didn't even have his head turned around. And Westfield will give the ball back to Plainfield. They had to go for it, though, well out of field goal range.
Well, there was a lot of miscommunication as Rooney was going one way, Shapiro threw the ball the other way. So, as you said, not on the same page. And Cardinals have the football at their own 26-yard line, it looks like. And 3:45 to go. See if they can get some points on the board as they have a big 0 in where the visitor sign is. 23-0 Blue Devils. Langston passes incomplete. Good pressure there by Joe Sangiacomo off the weak side. As you can also see Tim Allegro getting attended to on the sideline. Doesn't look like he's in too much pain. You know, just like he's getting bandaged up out there. As you can see, looks like he's a bloody knee. So, and, you know, high school football can't go out with blood on your uniform, on your body, wherever. So definitely got to get that attended to. But, you know, next offensive drive, you will probably see Martini in there. But also Wanderhouse, you know, he's put a lot of time in this year. Came off the injury, ready to go, and got the job done. And definitely want to see him get a touchdown today.
A run for the Cardinals. On 2nd and 10, Shea Elliott able to make the stop. For Westfield, 5 yards picked up by the Cardinals to bring up 3rd and 5. Antoine Spencer surpassing 200 yards rushing on the season. Langston surpassing 700 yards passing. But it was still going to finish his junior campaign with more interceptions than touchdowns. 4 TDs, 7 picks for the 5'10", 170-pound junior quarterback Leonte Langston of Plainfield. Antoine Spencer, senior number 11, in the backfield for Plainfield. As this third quarter is winding down, screen pass is incomplete, too low and too far in front of the intended target, Spencer. And looking ahead to next Thursday night, Chris, Greg Verano, the quarterback for the Panthers, over 1,100 yards, 14 TDs, 7 interceptions. Brandon Myers, he's the key receiver for BR with 520 yards receiving. A fake punt for Plainfield, and it's incomplete. Drew Ortiz able to get his hands on the football and knock it away. Is a penalty marker. And Chris, the Cardinals just taking as many chances as they can, and as we said earlier, they have nothing to lose.
So it's going to be holding on the Blue Devils. So it looks like they will get Cardinals will get the football back. So you could see Drew Ortiz is kind of draped all over the Cardinal receiver. But again, it was a fake punt. Not too much you can do. And it picks up the first down for the Cardinals. So, yeah, a lot of trickery today. Nothing to lose out there. And, again, pays off in their favor.
Going back to Brandon Myers, the number one option at receiver for Bridgewater. 32 catches, 520 yards, and a team-high 10 touchdowns. Their running back having a tremendous season, Anthony Goff, with 1,400 rushing yards. And Stevie Barden makes the interception, and he's able to break the tackle. There goes Barden. He is gone. An unbelievable second effort from Stevie Barden. He could have just went down to the ground. Instead, he fights through it and has a pick six.
This is why we said he's a definite MVP candidate on this team. Never gives up on the play. Always was 110% on everything and comes up with a huge pick six for the Blue Devil defense. First one on the season for this defense, but it couldn't have come at a better time on senior day for the senior Stevie Barden. Unbelievable play all around. And you can definitely tell he's celebrating on the sideline right now. Just a great play from Barden. And I thought too, Mike, he was going to go down instantly when he caught that football because it looked like he was just being dragged on out the leg, but able to shake off the tackle and just clear lane, open grass to the end zone. And that gives Westfield a 29-0 lead, 30 now with Aiden Boland's kick. Just an unbelievable play all around by Barden.
Stevie Barden, time and time again, stepping up and making a play. Westfield up 30-0. We'll be right back on BD TV. After the pick six from senior Stevie Barden, this game is all over, but still got to play 14 more minutes of football. Blue Devils
16 seconds.
Going to improve to 11-0 on the year. Hakeem Woods, the returner, tried to reverse fields, but he's brought down. Colin Freer, Drew Ortiz, and Benny Bontempo on the stop.
So we're going to see a couple more reserves out there on defense. We see Chris O'Connor, Peyton Schluitt,
and Casey Shepard also in there.
Henry Meiselman.
Shepard, number 45. These are all four-year players. Chris O'Connor's first year playing.
He's looking for that ring.
Drew Ortiz taking control, though, the senior leader in the middle of the field. High snap. Spencer's going to get the end-around carry, but it is blown dead after the penalty. And on the Westfield sideline, the bottom of your screen, you get to see QB2, junior Jake Saltzer, warming up. So he might be getting his first action of the year, Chris.
Yeah, because as we said, a lot of close games this season for the Blue Devils. And Saltzer, if it wasn't for Hank Shapiro, he could be a player this year getting playing time. But, Shapiro just a great job this year. Saltzer has been there a lot to back him up, though. And he did get a couple times playing last year, in a late game situation. Westfield ran up the score, just came in. But this year we're going to see him for the first time. So after the penalty, 1st and 5 now for the Cardinals. Langston drops back.
Taking a shot down the field. Open receiver, Hakeem Woods. But he stepped out of bounds. It would have been a touchdown. Gotta feel bad for Woods right there, but still a great catch, and we'll mark him down at the 32.
Yeah, he's going after the backups out there. Chris O'Connor, not too much experience. Just he hung in there, but didn't turn his head around just in time as Woods makes, as you said, a great catch. So 1st and 10 now for the Cardinals at the Blue Devil 32-yard line. But again, not bad defense by O'Connor. Just wasn't able to turn his head around, as it looks like he's going to be shifting with McIntyre. O'Connor going to safety, McIntyre coming in at cornerback.
And going back to Jake Salter, he has one passing attempt for 7 yards. So it'll be his first major action in the fourth quarter. Langston, play action off 1 foot, throws it and makes the completion and a first down. Kyle Sparrow, the junior, makes the catch.
So both O'Connors out there right now. Chris O'Connor at safety and Matt O'Connor at D-line. But that time, Kyle Sparrow just opened wide open over the middle of the field and able to pick up the first down for the Cardinals, and looks like they're going to get their first points of the day, just marching down the field with a $1:27 to go here in the third quarter.
Matt O'Connor, number 52 on the defensive line. Another completion for the Cardinals on the far sideline, going out of bounds. This time it's Sheldon Goff and Peyton Schlewitt making the tackle for Westfield. First, good enough for the first down, and it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, so Goff able to pick up the first down after the contact. So 1st and goal now from the 5 now for the Cardinals. And, this defense, even though the backups, they've been practicing with the starters. They know what to do in these situations, in the short yard situation. Let's see if they can step up and make the stop. It looks like the Cardinals right now just going downhill. And doesn't look like they want to get points on the board.
1st and goal from the 5. Halim Woods on the carry. Ran in there very hard, but he got stuffed by this Blue Devil defense. And they'll try it again here on 2nd down. Reese in there.
Coming up with a tackle. So 2nd and goal now for the Cardinals at the 2.5, 3-yard line. You have single back set.
Play action, a run up the middle. Antoine Spencer has a touchdown for the Cardinals as they get on the scoreboard for the first time this afternoon.
So yeah, the shutout is over, but you know what? It's 30-7. Defense not too much experience, but still hung in there as much as they could. And right now, trying to make it 30-7 with the extra point. Kicker for the Cardinals has missed one earlier today. Again, name not listed, as it is right between the uprights. Almost hit the right upright. Nevertheless, makes it 30-7 as I just said, ends the shutout. But offense out there, we're going to see a lot of reserves. And right now, it's time for everyone just put it on the line. All these seniors give it all they got. It's going to be their last time playing, especially the ones who aren't going to be playing at MetLife next week.
10 seconds remaining in this third quarter after the Cardinals get the touchdown and convert the extra point. It's a nice little way to, at least they get something out of this ball game. Last night, the Farmers
of Antoine Spencer with the run. So again,
last night around
senior
Union
career.
County, Union able to defeat Linden in their Thanksgiving Eve matchup in a tight game. Muhammad Wilkerson getting his number 91 jersey number retired by Linden.
Oh wow, that's pretty cool. Big Jets fan, Yeah, so Smith and Barton back there. Only 2 returning the kicks this entire season for the Blue Devils, and they've done an outstanding job. Smith getting the majority, and he's definitely shown what he's got out there. And Barton, too, there's just that explosive speed.
And a short kick. Apparently an attempted onside kick. Not sure what Plainfield was doing right there. It's not how you kick an onside kick. And Westfield
that was Schlewitt. All he had to do was just go back and catch the football. Able to pin it right down at the 42-yard line for the Blue Devils so it doesn't get back. Heads up play, not letting it get behind them. And now, as you said, Nick Martini in there at running back. Rooney, Cassett still in at receiver, Obsgarten in the backfield, and same offensive line out there for the Blue Devils. But now we're going to see, Hank Shapiro still in at quarterback, though, so, maybe mix in a couple pass plays, but majority, most likely, going to Martini as 10 seconds to go here left in the third quarter.
Run up the middle. This time it's Nick Martini, the sophomore, the brother of quarterback Phil Martini. And that brings us to the end of the third quarter. 30-7, Westfield all over Plainfield here on Thanksgiving Day. Fourth quarter coming right up on BDTV. So fourth quarter about to get set. QB1 Hank Shapiro still in the ball game. But it's the sophomore, Nicky Martini, fighting his way for the first down.
It's looking good out there. Second carry of the game, back-to-back plays, good chunks of yards, and picks up the first down for the Blue Devils. Martini, once Wandre House leaves this year, him and Allegra, once they become seniors, can be sharing it back and forth. Martini hasn't been getting too much playing time this year, and Tim Allegro, probable starter for next year. But Martini, is doing a great job out there so far.
Yeah, he was the JV quarterback for the majority of the season because Salzer was out with a concussion. This time he has nowhere to go.
And now second and 10 now after the no
game. And Chris has
game.
mentioned how Allegro is going to be the starter the next 2 years. You could see Martini play a little receiver in the slot, sort of like Emmett Smith.
Throwback to Pete Ondia about 7 years ago. He too, two-way player, but a very slot player like Martini. Quick.
Martini with room to work up the middle. He's going to take a big shot. Brings up third down. That's Antoine Spencer, a kid who's played in a lot of varsity football games for the Cardinals.
As you said, the two-way
making a
player.
Statement to Martini.
Two-way player coming up with a big hit. Had that touchdown before and just trying to end his senior career, with as much as he can do, leave his heart on the field, everything he's got, and made a big statement right there, too, as Shapiro in the backfield with Obsgarten and Martini, Rooney and Cassett out wide. We haven't seen a pass play yet this drive, but Westfield's trying to run the clock.
Shapiro, play action, rolling this time to his left. Tough throw intended for Cassett, but thrown out of bounds. No shot for Cassett. Good coverage for the Cardinals on Sheldon Goff, the senior.
And now
Gotta
Blue
love
Devils.
these neon undershirts that Plainfield has. That's 3 years in a row. They love them.
It's easy, point out the players out there, too, especially when only a couple of them are wearing, you know which one's wearing what. And Kessler back there to kick the football away for the Blue Devils. Barden and McDaniel out at the Gunners. Yeah, right now 10 minutes to go in this ball game. They know it's over. Just trying to get it done. Cardinals should kind of do whatever they can to just get more points on the board, but Blue Devils doing what they can.
Punt.
And
Kessler, an excellent punt, but it will go into the end zone. McDaniel just a few seconds late.
That'll be a touchback. First and 10, Plainfield.
And the Cardinals will take over at the 20-yard line after the touchback. Under 10 minutes to play here on Thanksgiving Day. The crowd beginning to file out.
And some miscommunication out there for the Blue Devils. It looks like they went back out there with a couple of their starters, except for a couple of people. Meiselman still in there. O'Connor. Most of the D-line subbed out. Only starter is Noah Levy. All linebackers are the same except for Kessler and Dwyer, and McIntyre is in there for McDaniel. So other than last drive when a lot of reserves, only a few in there this time.
First and 10 for the Cardinals. Man in motion. There's the pitch. And it is incomplete. Shea Elliott getting his hands on the football, making the deflection. Great stop by the senior, Shea Elliott.
And you see the
stopping the Cardinals on their flea flicker attempt.
Yeah, you see the trickery there, the motion wide receiver, halfback pass, whatever you want to call it. Shea Elliott, great defensive stop right there. And just again, Cardinals do whatever it takes to try to get the ball down the field, keep this game going. But this defense is just unstoppable. They know what's coming. They know that anything can happen on this football field, and they're always prepared for it.
And Nick Martini just had a good, nice conversation with his brother Phil Martini, trying to help him out on the offense. And that one is almost intercepted. Elliott is going to wish he had that one back. He'll remember that one. Just misses it.
And Shea Elliott almost coming up with the pick. And, you know, he's more of the guy who makes the contact on the run play, gets in there, just a big body in on the play. But right there, almost coming up with the interception. And he does have one this season. Could have made it two right there, tying Drew Ortiz for first at linebacker.
So here we go. First down, or it'll be third down rather.
3rd and 10 for the Cardinals. At the 20-yard line after the penalty. 9:42 to play in the 4th. Langston's pass is complete. One tackle is broken. And a nice run after the catch for Alan Boone. The senior has really been the standout for Plainfield this afternoon.
And again, Drew Ortiz, the guy who definitely brings down the ball carrier on the first hit, not able to do it there as he bounces off Boone's legs, and Boone able to get to the 29-yard line, making it 4th and 1 now.
Just shy. Less than a yard away from the 30. 4th and 1, Plainfield definitely going to go for it.
So 9:22 to go here in this 4th quarter. Langston in the backfield with Spencer as twins left and right side. So everyone's spread out here.
And he is brought down quickly on the quarterback keeper. Not going to get it. And initially, they looked like he was down before the first down.
The first contact was behind the line of scrimmage.
Cardinals able to move the chains after the second effort.
But that keeps the clock running as we've hit 9 minutes here left in this ball game. And defense still out there for, same defense out there for the Blue Devils from the beginning of the drive. No substitutions made yet. As it looks like Griffin as Lanian, who I haven't seen too much today, in there at defensive end.
8.5 to go. Langston gets hit from behind. It's the sophomore Matt O'Connor making the stop.
O'Connor, his first sack of his varsity career, and you know, probably going to see a lot of him next year too, as this whole D-line for the Blue Devils is going to be graduated except for Noah Levy. So again, O'Connor just getting in time this year for next year and comes up with a big play. As we've hit 8 minutes, so 1 minute quick through just like that, and this clock is still rolling. Cardinals, again, want to get the ball on the field, but still taking their time out there.
Langston fires over the middle. No receiver in the area, and Jake Dayon comes away with the pick, and he's still on his feet. An excellent play and a great return for Dayon. Takes it all the way back. 25-yard pickup inside the Plainfield 24-yard line.
Again, another great defensive stop there by the Blue Devils, and especially with Jake Dayon. Almost had the touchdown before, but gets the safety, and this time coming up with the pick. Blue Devils in great field position, and right now just let the clock wind down. Hank Shapiro still in there at quarterback, and Nick Martini at running back. And again, you know, hopefully those pointers that Phil gave to him can pay off here, getting him his first touchdown today as well.
And these were the kind of games, Chris, we were expecting all season long, similar to last season. Westfield finally able to break free, and I think it's really going to help them going forward with their big matchup next Thursday night. Martini gets 2 yards on that first down.
As again, Blue Devils taking their time out there, letting the clock wind down as much as they can. So 2nd and 8 now for the Blue Devils. And again, Benny Bontempo in the backfield with Martini.
Martini cuts it to the right. Able to pick up a yard or so. Trying to break free and find the end zone.
So 3rd and 6 now for the Blue Devils. And again, a lot of run plays, try to get the game down to the wire, but still, I'm looking for Jason Cassett to break one free and get into the end zone. Had that great catch before, and he's come a long way since the beginning of the season. Not too much playing time the past 6 or so weeks, but in here today on Senior Day and making a statement.
Shapiro pass complete to Jason Cassett. Inside the 15.
Looked like he got the first down on the play, but yeah, they're going to give it to him.
Good enough for the first down. Generous spot by the official. Nice to see Jason Cassett have himself a good ball game.
Yep.
Might be worthy of a post-game interview. I think you will be.
I think so too.
Halfway through the 4th quarter, Martini on first down will run right over Halim Woods.
Yeah, so we're hearing a lot, as we've said all game, a lot of two-way players on this team, and we've definitely said Halim Woods' name for offense and defense. Antoine Spencer, offense, defense. Boone, offense and defense. A lot of these guys, because we keep saying, take a look at the Plainfield sideline. Their sideline goes, and they're lining up one by one. It goes from the 30 to the 40.
Cardinals only have about
Blue Devils go from the 25 to the
team.
45.
They have less than 40 players on their team. Martini has room to the right, but this play is going to get called back. 3 flags on the field. Holding on the Blue Devil O-line. Back him up 10 yards.
Yeah, in there for the Blue Devils, number 62, Chris Culhane. Russell Weber still in there at center. Jordan Barham in at tackle. Declan McCauley in there at tackle as well, and I believe it is also. I can't make out if that's that's Isaac Montez in at guard. And 5:05 here to go in this game. Clock winding down.
Bontempo in the backfield along with Nick Martini for Westfield. Jason Cassett on the bottom of your screen. And Griffin Rooney at the top of your screen. 2 receiver set for the Blue Devils. 2nd and 19. Shapiro has Tommy Norris. But he's going to be down just at the 1 yard line. And Norris is not happy. He wished he got in that end zone. A lot of guys looking for their first time in the end zone. But Norris with a great catch. Just shy, though, of the end zone.
And he had that great catch 2 weeks ago as well. And, that really got Westfield into territory to get the lead. As Jason Cassett checks out and Griffin Aslanian checks in for the Blue Devils. And right now, Nick Martini, time for him to break out, get that touchdown that a lot of people were expecting throughout this 4th quarter so far. So he's done a good job of getting the ball a couple yards for the Blue Devils.
Goal from the 1. Martini gets the handoff, and he is inside the end zone. Nick Martini, the sophomore, with his first career touchdown, and it is a Blue Devil rout. 36-7 here on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, the sophomore done a great job in this game when he's been on the field, just getting the ball up the field, down the field, wherever it has to be, and gets his first ever varsity touchdown right there. One for the memories for Nick Martini, and he gets it done as Aiden Boland, chip shot, gets it through.
Just got through there. That ball was dying quickly.
Marching Blue Devils and the Westfield Cheerleaders.
And exactly 4 minutes to go left in this ball game. A 30-point lead now for the Blue Devils.
And you, the Westfield fans.
So right now, you know, defense probably going to be the same as 2 drives ago instead of last time we saw a lot more starters out there. And now, you know, it's their time to show, again, what they've got. Probably not going to be playing too much at MetLife against Bridgewater Raritan. And, you know, for the seniors, lay it all on the line right now. Make sure you have no regrets leaving the stadium for the final time. And for the juniors, sophomores, 1 freshman, but, you know, the offensive side of the ball, Mac Probilski. But for the defensive side, juniors and sophomores, show what you've got for next year.
So Rosa in the kick.
And kicking is Thomas DeRosa, the starter on week 1, but went down with the injury, so his first time in a while. You remember all that backspin on the football.
Picked up at the 20. Nice move from Halim Woods. And he'll be down at the 37-yard line.
Yeah, that was a great stutter step juke move to cut back into the middle of the field.
Jack DiFilippo, the junior, getting the stop for the Blue Devils.
His first name called today, number 31 in blue. And right now, as you see again, for the Blue Devils, you have Matt McIntyre, Schlewitt, Corey Kanya making his first appearance today.
Schlewitt checks
number
in.
45, Casey Shepard.
It's
number
a
42,
whole new defense for
Charlie
Westfield.
Riley. No starters in there right now for the Blue Devils.
And we'll see if they could hold their ground here. The final drive for this Plainfield offense and for these seniors, their final drive of their career. Going up against the second unit for Westfield.
I believe it is Dylan.
John Zarnecki playing safety.
John Zarnecki in at safety.
A run up the middle for a few yards. Casey Shepard getting the tackle.
Clock still winding down. 3:30 to go now left in this contest. And, Mike, we knew it was going to be a blowout for the Blue Devils, but I believe we got a little bit more from that just seeing how the guys have played throughout this ball game.
Kids baseball is although it's become like Mandy, you know, it's become like an era. So the ball's at the 41, first down or second down, and 7 for Plainfield. Would you call it?
Second and 7 for the Cardinals. And it's intercepted, but it's dropped right into the hands of Corey Kanya, and he could have went the other way for a touchdown, but just couldn't hold on to the football.
He has 1 pick 6 on JV this season, and if he has 1 on varsity, I'm pretty sure that's never been done before in Blue Devil history, if not, you know, in many other programs throughout this country, because, you know, if most places don't have games like this, sure, there's a lot of consolation games, but an exhibition game, especially on Thanksgiving too, when you're in front of your friends and family.
It's a regular season game. Does count for the season.
Oh, yeah, excuse me, yes. But, you know, consolation games playing up against other teams, it's just, you definitely know he wants that ball back.
3rd and 7. Over the middle, this pass is complete. And the ball comes out. They're going to say it's a fumble. And Westfield's defense has the football. Halim Woods made the reception. The pass from Leonte Langston. And then a nice hit. Took a couple seconds after the catch, which means it's a catch and a fumble. And the Blue Devils second unit
Corey Kanya, too, coming up, makes
Coming
up
up
for
with
the
the
mistake.
play.
The next play after, too. And Blue Devils try to ride this game out. 2:41 to go here. And again, we're going to see a lot of secondaries, but surprising seeing Woods fumble the football, but just great defense there by McIntyre to get it out.
And here comes Jake Saltzer, the junior, was out for September and October with a concussion. Was the JV starting quarterback to start the year, and he's in his varsity career, which consists of 1 of 1 for 7 yards of completion last Thanksgiving at Plainfield. Martini gets the carry.
Tackled by Ford.
Yes, it's going to be a lot of run plays from here on out as Martini picks up a good deep chunk of yards, 5 yards on the play. Clock's still going down, but Mike, this team, I know it's against Plainfield, not a tough competitor, but it really looks like that these guys just played the game of their life out there. Just absolutely unbelievable game to watch. And it was a treat for the crowd, too, a blowout victory, and that's what they wanted to see on Thanksgiving. Just a great game.
Saltzer 5'9", 145, gives it up to Nicky Martini, who has another first down. Under 2 minutes to go. A sophomore getting his carries in. He's making the most of it.
Absolutely, and who knows, he could be the third down running back, whatever you want to call it, for the Blue Devils. Allegro goes down. He's the next guy up next year, so he's definitely got to get going this season, as he's got to be ready for next season, as Allegro is just a great running back. Martini can be the complementary to him. As again, picks up a great chunk of yardage, 5 yards on the play, and winding down almost at the 110 mark here in this ball game. And Blue Devils can soon line up in victory formation and take the knee.
Minute 4 to go. The Cardinals under head coach Corey Tucker continuing to rebuild. It's going to take a while to get Plainfield football back, as Martini able to pick up some more yards. The basketball program for the Cardinals down as well. 2012, they made it all the way to the TOC final, played at the Izod Center, lost to St. Anthony's. They've gone severely downhill. Along with this football team, a lot of athletes, they're having a tough time with their athletes staying in Plainfield, and they're choosing to go to private schools. Really hurting them. 3rd and 3.
Final play of the game.
Martini is going to be brought down, and that's how things will end here on Thanksgiving Day 2017. A 37-7 victory for 36 consecutive wins. Chris, an all-around great performance, and there's only one game left, a state title next Thursday night.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Blue Devil defense, one of the best in the state. Bridgewater, Raritan, one of the best teams too. And playing for the 3rd consecutive year between these two teams, it makes it that much sweeter. Next Thursday night at 8 o'clock, it's going to be a good one.
And on behalf of our entire crew here at BDTV, we wish you and your families a happy Thanksgiving. Our cameraman, Jack Ferris, analyst Chris Witzel, I'm Mike Leniart saying so long from Westfield. Post-game interviews coming right up on BDTV. Westfield defeats Plainfield here on Thanksgiving Day, 37-7 in the 112th meeting between the Blue Devils and the Cardinals. Tim Allegro, the sophomore running back, 2 first-half touchdowns. Tim, how is this offense able to click and succeed in the first half?
It was all the line. The holes were there, and pretty much goes to them.
Here with Nicky Martini, the sophomore running back, after Westfield takes care of Plainfield in the 112th meeting of the two teams in the Thanksgiving Day Classic. And Nick, you're able to find the end zone for the first time in your varsity career. How's it feel, kid?
Yeah, it felt great. The line had great blocks. Just had a 1-yard plunge. But, yeah, it was a great feeling.
This offense was clicking. You guys haven't scored a lot of points in the month of November, but not the case
Nick
today.
stole my touchdown.
Putting up 37 on Plainfield. How's this offense able to do so well?
Just all the lines. Give great holes, good time for Hank. Everyone just doing the job, and it all clicked.
And now you guys head to MetLife Stadium for the third consecutive year against Bridgewater Raritan, looking to finish it off with 37 wins in a row, the same amount of points you guys scored today. How do you guys have to come out Thursday night to take care of Bridgewater, by far the toughest opponent of the year?
Yeah, the same week of preparation, everyone doing the job. Scout team just working hard. Offense, make sure everything's correct, and defense knowing their stunts.
All right, appreciate it, Nick. We'll see you next Thursday night, 8 o'clock, MetLife Stadium.
I'm here with a couple standout players from today's game, Stevie Barden and Jason Cassett. And first, Stevie, you had the pick 6 today. How were you able to get it done and just get the touchdown?
I really just baited the quarterback to throw the ball that way. I just faded off to wide receiver a little bit to make him throw it that way, and I caught it. He threw it up that way, and I knew I was going to catch it, so I caught it. But Deion had a nice key block on the floor with me, so I got out of the ankle lock, and I ran down the field, caught a touchdown for my team. But it's a Dubfield day, so let's get this chip. Let's get this chip.
And how is this defense going to carry over so well today into MetLife next week?
Right now we didn't play too well today. I'm not going to lie, but I feel like this practice this week is going to be really hard and very intense. So if we have a good week of practice, we should be good in states.
Thank you, Stevie. Great game today.
Yes. That was weird.
That was weird. I'm here with Jason Cassett. Jason, breakout game today on senior day too. How did it feel?
I mean, it felt great, but I'm kind of mad that I didn't hit that end zone right there. Getting tackled on the 2-yard line, but it happens, I guess. Not really.
And how was this momentum you guys had today going to carry over next week against Bridgewater?
Big time. We got to make plays just like how we made today, Same thing. Just that's all we got to do.
All right, thank you, Jason. Westfield gets the win today, 37-7 here at Gary Keller Stadium. See you next week at MetLife Stadium.